What is your reaction when you receive a bill, like a credit card bill or a normal house renting bill or any kind of bill in your email or via the letter, whatever the format is? How do you feel and how do you react to that? Let's talk about this thing because your reactions, the way you define your life, the way you define the external theory, gonna determine everything. So let's dive in. Hello, you guys. Welcome. I'm Parshvika. On this channel, we talk a lot about manifesting, attracting abundance by doing what we love. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more such videos. We have a short mini course about talking about manifesting, attracting abundance. The link is in description if you're interested, along with the finance planner. All the links are in description. Anyways, what do you react? Not what do you react. How do you react when you receive a bill, or when you have a debt to pay, or when the rent is due the month, or you got a food bill to pay, or electricity bill, water bill, whatever? How do you react? What do you think? What is the first response you have? What is the first reaction you have? Now, obviously, if you are new to the manifestation stuff and you're coming across this content for the very first time, kind of like this constant, your reaction most often would be panicking. Oh, I gotta pay this rent. Oh, I gotta pay this bill. Oh, the debt is due. Oh, the bill is due. Oh, the credit card. I gotta pay the credit card dues. So how do you react? What's your first reaction? And most importantly, most of the people have negative reactions. They panic. They're like, oh, the bill is due. I gotta go and pay it. Oh, I gotta figure out how to pay this rent, or I gotta go and ask for the money in my salary. Oh, I gotta check how much money I have in my bank account or how much money I have in the cash, whatever. That's the first reaction for a lot of the people. They are panic, they are in stress, they feel pressure, they feel like how I'm gonna figure it out, where I'm gonna get the money, how it's gonna be done. So the way you react, the way you define your 3D, gonna determine means it's based on your energy. So when you panic, when you have stress, when you have a pressure, you are in the state of lack. Because if you know that there is abundance of everything and anything that you want, then you wouldn't be panic about it. Just like you're not panic about the next breath. You literally not panic about the oxygen, or what if the oxygen deficiency is there in the environment and I'm not gonna be able to have my next breath or next oxygen. You're not thinking about it, you're not at all panic about it, and then guess what? You have so many breaths for your entire life that you could survive on. You don't need to store them, you don't need to panic about that, you don't even need to think about it. And everything is protected, everything is covered for you, and you have so many breaths that how much you want to take, how much oxygen you want to take in, you're provided with that. The same concept if you apply to the money, or if you apply to the material things in your life, the things will going to be like that. Because whatever you see and whatever you project on the screen and how you react to the 3D, that's determine everything, because your state of being, your energy, your intentions is matter a lot. It's easy said than being done. I totally understand, because I do still have sometimes panic, and I totally understand, but it's totally normal to have a negative reactions. It's totally normal, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't beat yourself up if you have a negative reactions to that, but understand what's my first reaction is. Okay, this is my first reaction. Okay, this is how I panic, this is my stress, this is my pressure. Okay, feel the emotions. As I say, never resist any kind of emotion, negative, positive, whatever, because it's gonna persist. Especially talking about the negative ones, it's gonna persist. And if you don't want something to persist, you gotta feel them. Stop creating any resistance. So feel it. Once you feel it, you're gonna go back to the neutral state. That's the possible net outcome that happens almost every time when we feel totally the reactions, when we feel totally our emotions to the reactions or emotions to the 3D, whatever. We go back to the neutral, and then you can pick up consciously which round you want to go. You can pick up, okay, I panic and it's okay. I had emotional breakdown, it's okay. Now I can choose abundance instead of the lack. I can start thinking from the abundance instead of lack, thinking that I always have money, I'm always provided, protected, and safeguarded. Everything is always working out in my favor, and guess what? Everything is always working at my advantage. Whatever is happening, it's working at my advantage. That's helping me in getting what I want. So I don't need to panic. I don't need to be in the stress. Relax. Take a few deep breaths, couple of breaths, deep breaths. When you take deep breath, you totally relax. When we are taking shallow breath, that means we are not relaxed. So when you're not relaxed, you're gonna have a shallow breathing, but when you are relaxed, you're gonna have a deep breathing. That's why the breathing exercise are very crucial in any kind of yoga stuffs or exercises, because when you breathe deeply you are really calm and relaxed and you're focusing on your breathing. Actually, it's all about breathing consciously, not subconsciously, because majority of the times we breathe subconsciously, and that's a kind of like a shallow breathing. So you gotta breathe consciously. That's what I feel. And then you choose a state that is more neutral, more positive, because that's gonna determine everything. So how you're reacting, how do you feel? It's totally normal to react negatively, have a negative reactions and negative response, because I still do have it. It's gonna take a while to get away with the negative reaction, because it's been like a built-in a programming machine of our life for decades and decades, depending on your age, depending on your how have you been in this situation for a very long time. It depends on that. So first reaction is normally gonna be a negative and that's okay. Go feel it, totally feel it, whatever it is for it is. Then go back to the neutral and pick up a thought, pick up a thinking, or start affirming. I start affirming most conscious, like in the mind, like a self-talk you can call it, and then I bring myself into the positive state of being, and that's how the everything works. So that's what it is all about, the manifestation, all about the spirituality, all the stuff. What you're choosing, your state of being, the decisions that you're making every single day, consciously, subconsciously, gonna determine everything. And we can do it consciously, guys. We don't need to choose every time subconsciously thinking, what if it doesn't work out? What if it's gonna fail? No, everything is always working. Regardless of we make mistakes, regardless we fail, regardless of whatever happens, we always have everything figured out, because I've seen in my life, and this is another way to go back to the neutral state. This is another way to pick up the positive, more neutral state rather than the negative, is by going back to the past, understanding I always have things are always working out in my favor. Regardless of what's happening in the 3D, I'm always provided and protected and supported. Look back at the past. Use past good things as an example, as a motivation to keep going on the positive thing. Because whatever you focus on, you're gonna get that. So I hope it makes sense. You get something out of it. Let me know if you have any questions, any doubts. Thank you so much. I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.